And welcome back. It's now time for our entertainment segment, which means Scott Cullum is here to review a movie.
That's right.
What are we reviewing?
Today we're going to be talking about The Hobbit.
Okay.
You know, it came out about a week ago, and it had a little bit of a pre-release to it. They showed it the night before. Got a lot of hype for it because, you know, we saw the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and they did kind of like what Star Wars did, which no one really understands why they started with the first, you know, the Lord of the Rings, and then did The Hobbit. People feel the need to do that nowadays because they know I think if they hook you on the three, you're going to come back and watch the first one. And what they did with this, and it was a smart move for money, is they turned one book into 3 books after the 3 made good money.
Right.
So they're like, well, we can just make another trilogy and make more money out of this.
Why
not? So let's get the easy stuff out of the way first. Acting, did a great job. Casting, great job. Obviously, Peter Jackson put a lot of time into this, and you know, the sceneries, where they shot it, the CGI, everything's amazing.
Okay.
You know, but we expect that now. You can't put out something this long after the Lord of the Rings trilogy and use the same technology, have the same shots as they did in Lord of the Rings.
You gotta one-up it.
You gotta step it up, and they will have to for the next 2 movies for the Hobbit trilogy. So that's the easy stuff out of the way. Great job on everything. Let's talk a little bit about making this a 3-part movie. Why would you do this? Money. I mean, obviously they're going to hook you, and a lot of people are upset about that. And I kind of want to tell everybody, don't be upset about that. If you liked the first 3 movies, you're going to love this movie. If you read the books, myself coming as an English lit major, I had to take an entire class about Tolkien, and if you paid attention to all of his books, you're going to love this movie. Although if you're one of those people that goes out and goes, you know, that really didn't happen in the book, or, you know, that wasn't true. You know, it's a movie.
Right, and you read the books and you still
Exactly.
really
And I have a feeling why they're putting this to 3 movies aside from the money is you have so much inside of The Hobbit. You had so much in The Lord of the Rings, and a lot of people said, well, you know, you cut out so much important stuff. So for them to split that into 3 movies is going to give them a lot more, let them stay a little closer to what happens in the book, plus give you a lot more detailed adventure of The Hobbit. Because if they would have had to slam everything from The Hobbit in a 3-hour movie, you would not get a lot of what's happening. And they just did a great job by making this a spread out, in-depth movie. I loved it. I thought it was well worth the money. I went to 2D. If you're a person who doesn't...
Would you see 3D?
No. I could understand why. I still have not yet found a movie that justifies 3D. 3D is a lot better than it used to be. You know, we're not Jaws 3D or you know, or Friday the 13th 3D from, you know, the 80s and the early 90s. It's a whole new ballpark, but I just can't justify it. My thing, I don't really like a theater packed full of people because I always get sit next to the person who just talks way too much.
You want your own space.
I want my own space. If you're that kind of person, go to a 2D movie when they have a 3D showing. Trust me, there's not going to be anybody in the theater. So, you know, it was an
So what do you give it?
I give it 5 stars.
Whoa.
I think this is...
You heard it here. 5 stars for The Hobbit.
This is a great movie. If you enjoyed the Hobbit books or the movies, this is a movie for you.
All right. Well, great. Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
And we'll be right back.